We're doing a podcast today. We have a special guest star on the stream. His name is the Baz Man. If you don't know him, definitely go check him out. It is a good day. It is May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. Let's switch over here. Heyo.
Yo.
Heyo. What's up?
Not much. Okay. I'm just trying to get this going here.
You're all good. I started it. I need to switch my thing here. There we go.
Are you live now?
I am.
All right. And here we go. This is exciting. What's up? How's everyone doing today?
Doing well, doing well. How are you, buddy? I like that shirt.
I'm doing okay. Thank you. I like your entire setup.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, how are we going to start this up? I think we should start this up with some Star Wars impressions.
Oh man. Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I see you.
What's the best Star Wars impression that you can do?
I would say most likely the Palpatine. Hands down, yeah.
All right, go. Let's hear it.
All right. I am the Senate.
Good. That was a good one.
Can't do much of an Anakin and Yoda's spotty, but
you know. What about Jar Jar Binks?
Oh man,
like Misaka Jar Jar Binks.
You got that one down for sure. What about Darth Vader? Can you do Darth Vader without a Pringles can?
Darth Vader without a Pringles can. Okay. Wait. I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think my favorite Palpatine line would have to be, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural.
Yes. So, or execute order 66.
That one's good too. Little backstory on that one with the dark side line. My favorite is that line and that scene of Revenge of the Sith, because in my opinion, that was the moment that he kind of got Anakin into the dark side. Like he really implanted that seed into being like, okay, you need to be on the dark side. You need to go on this side, get this power to save Padme.
Well, so
when he was talking about Plagueis.
So that, right? But then, when Mace and Palpatine were already fighting, right?
Yep.
I feel like Anakin was still on the light side and very much in, like, not necessarily in control of his emotions at that point, because, like,
yeah,
he was
very much on the edge there.
Yeah, but all it took was Palpatine to go like, "Oh, I'm too weak," you know what I mean? And then like Anakin wanted him to stand trial. I have the power
to save the one you love.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like for sure that was also the moment that he flipped the switch. But there were so many, like, you could see all the different little moments in that movie that were kind of leading up to Anakin turning to the dark side.
Oh yeah. They not just in Revenge of the Sith, but Attack of the Clones too. That was the Sand People.
I actually wasn't a fan of Attack of the Clones.
What? Oh,
yeah, I know.
Man.
I know. It's Revenge of the Sith has always been my top favorite Star Wars movie. That and Empire Strikes Back. But I don't know, Attack of the Clones, it was good, but it didn't hit that well with me.
I guess I feel that. I have a thing with the second movies, right? Attack of the Clones, Empire Strikes Back,
Last Jedi.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say that one. I was gonna say that one, but I'm not gonna say that one. Okay. But when I look at like Lord of the Rings, for example,
Yeah.
The Two Towers, bro.
It was okay. That was a good sequel.
Like,
The thing is, Lord of the Rings was just a masterpiece.
exactly. Like, it just gets better with as time goes on, as the movies progress. Ugh. So,
what would you say is your favorite Star Wars movie, though? If you had to pick two, because I basically picked two from when I did mine.
I would say Rogue One.
Okay,
Rogue
good
One.
choice. That was good.
And I have to be a sucker for Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is, it just starts off with the most cinematic scene ever.
Yeah, I remember being that little kid just sitting there and just like, wow, that's cool. Just in the theater, like that opening. Exactly. I literally can hear that entire soundtrack and basically say exactly what's happening while it's happening there.
Yeah. I literally just watched it like this week too, so
I'm planning on rewatching it. I look at my girlfriend when some of the music plays and I'm just like, yeah, so this is what happens here. Anakin is saying this, and I'll just read the lines off and she'll just look at me and be like, really?
Listen, if we can't listen to the soundtrack of Star Wars in the morning, then we can't make pancakes together. I'm sorry.
Exactly. That's just what it is.
Oh man. What are your favorite movies? What are your two favorite movies? I think you said Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, just because like I'm gonna have to follow the trend of that was the best like sequel movie, because most movies nowadays, like you get the sequel and you're just like, the first one was better. But Empire Strikes Back proved that it is just way better than and that. Also, I just realized your audio was not coming through.
My audio wasn't coming through? Oh man. Okay. I guess I should double check that, huh?
Yeah, I just fixed it on my end. I just fixed. Thank you, Dan Anxiety.
I got you.
We were basically just talking about our favorite movies. Do you want to let everyone know what your favorite movies were on my end again?
Yeah. Mine are Revenge of the Sith for sure and Rogue One, because Rogue One is just such a tearjerker.
It was. I just finished watching Andor, and it was just.
Oh, I see. I haven't started that yet. I haven't started it yet.
Honestly, I was unsure about it at first, but it was such a good show. I was about to say movie.
Okay.
Like, the Star Wars shows they're so good.
That's why I'm hyped for
the work that they throw into it.
We're gonna talk about that later, though.
Yes, we are. All right, you had a couple talking points you wanted to bring up. So let's hear some of what you want to say.
Yeah. So, first off, like the new movies, the series, supposedly we're going to get either a new trilogy or just 3 new movies in general. From looking at it or just trying to look it up earlier, in the week, right? I only found that there's 2 movies announced from Star Wars Celebration at the XL Center in London. That 2 movies will take place during like I think it was, let's see, have them in here.
I think it was one that was supposed to be during the first Force user. And then it was going to be Dave Filoni's, which is about the Mandoverse. Pretty much concluding. It's either going to conclude the Mandalorian story, and also tie in Ahsoka, and I believe there's one other show they're going to tie in.
Yeah.
And then the last one was going to be the starting up of the New Republic and building up the Jedi Temple. And Rey will be coming back.
I was about to say that's the one Rey's going to be in. See, that's where I was like confused, because I was like, that's not a new trilogy though.
No,
so like,
I feel like they're going to start with these 3. Filoni for sure is just going to be that one movie. But it's either going to be the story with Rey or the beginning of the first Force user. Though either one of those 2, I think, are going to be the trilogies, because I feel like there's more that they can do with that. That would be awesome. But the High Republic is also, it needs to have a movie. They need to do High Republic, because there's so much there between the High Republic and the Old Republic. them
Well,
going
and
back to Rey, I'm not really too happy with. Um,
I feel like
because
she can do a good job.
thing
Hot
is, I
hot
have
take and
no
opinion.
problem. I have no problem with Daisy Ridley. She's a fantastic actress. The character Rey was fantastic
Oh
in
yeah.
Force Awakens.
I
And then
just
they dragged her character on and they're like, yeah, so she's a Palpatine. Instead of like they should have just kept her as a nobody. They
well
didn't need to attach a name to her.
uh, so here's my tinfoil hat theory, right? Um it hasn't necessarily been I'll have to rewatch the new trilogies cuz ashamedly or unashamedly, whichever, one you choose to use. I haven't watched the new trilogies as much as I had the other ones. So I'm not sure if they had said Anakin was a product of like Palpatine, but with him revealing to Rey that he is, that he formed her, that she had essentially no parents, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think the same thing happened to Anakin, bro, because you remember in Phantom Menace, Shmi revealed to Qui-Gon that there was no father, that she
That's
carried him, and it was like a Mary
the
and
product
Joseph
of the
story, if
Force.
you will. Yeah.
Thing is, Anakin, like, the problem I have with Rey's character is Anakin is the chosen one. That's confirmed by George Lucas. He's always been the chosen one. He was the one, he went to the dark side, but in the end, Luke is the one that also turned him back to the light side, and Anakin was able to kill Darth Sidious and
Right.
bring balance to the Force. But when they brought back Rey and then they brought back Palpatine, that just destroyed everything that George Lucas had because now Palpatine is alive. Anakin never brought balance to the Force. The prophecy is not fulfilled, and like it's just they kind of twisted it and made their own kind of situation, and then at the end to make Rey Skywalker, I felt was a total cop out. Because I feel like she's not like she had a small relationship. She had like she saw Luke for like what a few days,
Yeah, I was about to
and
say
it's
like a
just like,
week.
oh my god, this guy is like a father to me. And then also had the same reaction with Han Solo. So it's like, come on, like I get you're trying to figure out
Like who she
everything,
is and
and
everything, yeah.
yeah, and between Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, she sees that father image in those two, but it's just to change her name to Skywalker. I was like no, and also she isn't technically a Jedi because she never took those Jedi vows.
True. Well, I don't know. You never know what happened like behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'll have to like rewatch the trilogy to see like how her training went with Luke,
Yeah.
but you
Also, she
might be
swings
right
that lightsaber
because
like a baseball bat.
she does. She does. Even in Battlefront 2, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Most Clone says first of many episodes. I hope. Yes, this will be the first. This is our new thing. We're gonna be co-hosting and hosting this series. It's not gonna all be Star Wars, but we're gonna try mixing it up a bit.
Yeah, this is
Um,
just the debut day for Star Wars.
exactly. It has to be Star Wars Day. May the Fourth be with you all.
May the fourth be with you all. Bless. And if you have a lightsaber, just whip it out.
Yeah. You got it.
Mine's on Darth Maul right now, so.
Mine is the chosen one.
The chosen one.
Uh, but yeah. Also, KOTOR live action. You were talking about.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna like kind of hint at. You said that we have a movie going to be focusing on one of the first Force wielders, right?
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic. It's not necessarily set in the same scene, but like, could we see a Keanu Reeves starring as
Maybe.
Rabbit, bro? I'm just saying.
See, my lore is really like old, not old, like not old, but like I don't know too much.
Yeah, I
But
haven't really played Knights of the Old
is
Republic, but I
is
have it in my
Revan
Steam
really?
library.
Is he really the first Force user? I don't think he
I
would
don't
be.
think he is. That's the thing. I don't
Um,
think it would be. I don't think that would be the movie that they do, but I
it
hope they
would be
do
awesome
it.
if Revan came into live action. Which, speaking of Revan, I'm still waiting for the Knights of the Old Republic remake that was
Mm.
announced. Was last year? No,
It was announced and then
2 years ago.
canceled again, and that's why.
I don't. It's actually not canceled. It's there's just no info on it yet. They were originally
Okay,
planning
okay.
on releasing it sometime in the 2023.
Not like Battlefield
Um,
3 or Battlefront
yeah,
3.
but they actually have a trailer for it. So, and it's too big of a
Oh,
title
I
for
haven't
them to
even noticed
actually.
that.
Yeah, they did a reveal trailer, and there was some talk, and then it shows a red lightsaber light up, and then it reveals Revan's mask.
Okay, okay.
Um, I don't think they're gonna do what they did to Star Wars 1313. I'm already pissed off about 1313. I remember being so excited about that game because it was gonna be a Boba Fett game essentially. Um, but yeah, I don't think Knights of the Old Republic remake is canceled. I think it's just kind of under wraps. One game I would say we should be nervous about is Star Wars Eclipse, which is
Oh
another
yeah,
game, and I believe it's made
it's
by
a.
the people that did Detroit Become Human.
I was about to say it's supposed to be a cinematic or interactive story, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that is kind of put on a halt, I think officially.
Oh man, that's kind of
Don't quote me on
disappointing.
that,
I really hope
but
it's not because my 3070 screams for it.
yeah, it's I want to play both of them. Any Star Wars game that comes out, I'm ready.
On
I'm
top
ready for
of,
it.
bro. On top of. Let's talk about Ahsoka though. Let's talk about Ahsoka. I watched the
Yep.
trailer recently to kind of brush up on my memory, see any info that we might have. Um, there's a lava like kind of opening or like moving lava, kind of like your background actually, you know.
I
When
don't
it
remember
has
that.
Lucasfilm, yeah, Lucasfilm pops up and it has the like kind of moving, flowing lava in it. So I'm like, is Ahsoka gonna go to Mustafar and challenge Vader at his castle, bro?
Maybe.
That would be super sick. It would be super sick. But that's just kind of like a little, fold my fold my tinfoil hat there.
What are your thoughts on these dark Jedi that are in Ahsoka with their orange
that
lightsabers?
that looks interesting. I would well, first of all, I'm gonna apologize for my dog barking.
That's okay.
But I have a interesting take on it. I don't really
Okay.
know. I wouldn't say that they're like inquisitors, you know what I mean? But they're
No, yeah.
yeah,
Because Inquisitors, they have their full outfit. They have
right, yeah.
that
'Cause
iconic spinning lightsaber.
so I really I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're like if they're part of Palpatine's like special force or I didn't really I didn't really speculate on that if I'm being honest. I
'Cause
don't I don't really know if there's anything behind the orange lightsabers besides maybe the Knights of Ren. If I'm correct on that, I can't even remember
I
if
don't
the
even think
Knights
the
of Ren
Knights
have
of
that.
Ren have a lightsaber. They just have weapons.
That's what I thought.
But
Kylo's just the only one.
yeah, he's the unstable Disney princess. I love that character, but he is.
He's so emo in that movie, bro.
um,
Unhinged.
Speaking of that movie and also Mustafar, how
Mhm.
awesome was like that was an awesome scene in Rise of Skywalker when he is on Mustafar and you can see um basically like vegetation and life coming back on that lava planet because originally that planet was if you've played the Vader Immortal series, Mustafar was never fully lava. There is actually a whole lore about that. That planet actually used to be full of trees and plants and grass.
It's interesting because I actually played on a friend's um I think it was a Quest 2, Oculus
Yeah.
Quest 2. And I played through the all three of them and I vaguely remember that. I can't remember. I hadn't
It
played through
was
it like too many times to remember. 'Cause
it was
my
more
memory's
so
horrible.
in the third episode, I think it was, and it kind of
Okay,
near the
okay.
end. It kind of gives that whole like brush up on the lore of that planet,
All right.
and it was basically the darkness of that of something. I wish I remembered what it was, but I all I know is that there was something that was going on there, and Vader was trying to bring Padme back to life. And then the character that you
Oh,
were
yeah.
intervenes,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously Vader gets pissed off, and he's just like, "Dude, what the hell?" And everything gets all screwed up there. I might be wrong, but I
No, no,
remember
no.
that
You
situation.
are right. No, because he's like, yeah, I think he has a holocron or trying to perform like an ancient
A
Sith
ritual.
ritual. Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That's super wild, bro. I hope we get to see more of that within Ahsoka. That's why I'm like
right.
lava opening.
So like it's this series is going to be really good. I'm quite excited for this series.
Super dope. Super dope. I
Uh,
um I saw that she had really been close with Luke in this trailer as well. I know we saw more of them together in I think it was the book of Boba Fett.
Boba
Yeah.
Fett, yeah.
So will she receive more training from Luke, like further training from Luke, and that's what we'll see more of.
I
When
don't know.
she will they try to build the new Jedi Order together, and that's how it kind of pledges into the new movie that we'll see,
The new Mandoverse
like we
movie.
had said about earlier. Yeah.
Um, See, I don't know because it's just it's hard because Ahsoka is older than Luke, and she has more knowledge
Right. I keep
than Luke
forgetting
ever
about that.
would.
I'm like,
Yeah, because so from what I understand in the beginning of the Clone Wars series, Ahsoka must be like 14 is kind of like the age that I set myself at for when I think about these characters being young
mhm.
and being a Padawan, because I feel like that would be an appropriate age of when the master would be like, okay, you're ready to have this lightsaber come to battle with me. Um, so like with Cal Kestis, when you're playing in the first game, when you're playing as a younger him, I'm assuming he's probably about 14 years old. Because then when it jumps to him being older, it's a 5 year gap. So that makes him 19 at the time of Jedi Fallen Order.
I would think he. Let's see. Oh, no, no, yeah. Fallen Order, and then in Survivor, he's much. Yeah, no,
He would be in
I was
Survivor. He'd
mixing
be
the
about
two. I was mixing the
yeah,
two. Yeah,
because
you're
each
right.
game is about a 5 year gap.
Yeah.
So when if you think about it, if he's 19 by the time the first game happens, and in the second game he's 24,
Mhm.
um, I'm trying to think. I kind of did the math because I had to search up how old was Luke in A New Hope, and they said he was about 19 in A New Hope.
1920.
So
Yeah, Leia was
if I
as
kind
well.
of did that math, Cal at that time should be about 33 years old.
Holy
So
shit.
yeah, so he's old, but he's not that old. So you could also technically bring Cal Kestis into live action, and
Mm,
I would also like to see a Cal Kestis live action.
you
Maybe if
could
they
do it.
did an Ahsoka season 2, and that they could do that, because both of them have very similar stories, um, but not similar at the same time.
Oh yeah. They
Um,
they I think it would be kind of wild to see Cal and Ahsoka collab because
yeah,
Ahsoka's older, like you were mentioning with Luke. I got that backwards earlier, so that's my bad.
it's
But
all good. I
maybe
mean, we will not forgive you.
I know. I can't forget that kind of stuff, man. But it's just it's weird because like you always watch her in the Clone Wars series, you know what I mean? And she's just like always that younger Padawan learning, and then like
Yeah,
everything happens, and like she's all of a sudden like the older, like not necessarily Jedi Master, you know what I mean? But like the hidden Jedi, if you will, because I won't call her what everybody else calls her.
And because the Clone Wars, it doesn't happen like within just a couple years. Like the Clone Wars is a long time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
It's
like,
like
oh yeah, it
10,
just
10,
happens in
15
like a year or
years.
whatever. So, um, I would assume she must be at least like 5 years older, maybe two. I don't know. It wouldn't even say two. I would say about five. Just keep it consistent. 5 years older than Cal. Because by
I would
the
say that
end
too.
of like that whole flashback sequence when Order 66 happens when Cal is a kid, Ahsoka's already pretty much a Jedi Knight by the end of that when Order 66 happens. Like, yeah, she's out of the Jedi Order, but
She was
she's
trying to do the trials, and that's what pushed her out of the. Yeah,
exactly.
I got you, man.
So
I
she's
got you.
already she's already pretty old by that time. So she is the oldest Jedi that we know in terms of like coming out of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, yeah. Besides, the other two.
Yeah.
Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, well they're dead. But they're confirmed dead in the Force.
Well, no, if we're talking about the. Oh. Oh
Like
no,
from
yeah, you're
to the
right.
point
No,
that we
you're right.
know
You're right. You're right.
because technically Cal is also still alive. Like we have not seen him die. But like we also haven't seen Ahsoka die in any kind of iteration. Um, so we don't know if both of those two are still around by the time Luke is an adult, because technically Cal will still be, he'll be old. He'll be an old man, and probably on his deathbed by the time the sequel trilogy happens.
It's true.
And I'm pretty sure Ahsoka. I don't know how her alien species would be, if their age is different, but they're pretty much in the same boat. Like, so that's why, like, with all these new characters coming in, the Last Jedi, and Luke saying, "You will be the last Jedi," it doesn't really work.
That's true. Well,
We like
I don't
we started
know.
on one point and like we just kind of like branched off completely.
Well, because
But,
here's the
like,
thing. Here's the thing. There's so many things to speculate on. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I haven't. Don't don't hate me here again. Don't hate me here again. All right. I have not watched season 3 of Mandalorian. I was actually watching it within my Discord.
disappointing.
I know. I was watching season 1 to get caught up with the boys, and we just haven't gotten to season 3 yet. So
See,
that's
I
on
wouldn't
me. But
I
I
wouldn't be
have
able to do that.
seen
I'd be
across
impatient.
social media, this the other Jedi. So there are obviously others that they're introducing.
In Mandalorian,
I believe so. Yeah. Unless
I
I
don't
like
think.
I said, like unless I, like I hope that those
I'm trying to think.
spoilers are wrong. Yeah, the one who everybody thought was gonna be Mace Windu, apparently. Like I said, I
Oh,
haven't gotten to
that
that
was
point,
a
but
flashback.
okay. See, that would
Yeah,
make
that was a
sense.
flashback. That wasn't modern day. You're talking about the Jar Jar Binks actor.
GG's.
Yeah,
See, like I have to get caught up. I have to get caught up.
yeah.
I don't have to get caught up too much, but I haven't watched Andor. I haven't watched Mando season 3. I have watched Tales of Jedi all the way through.
I haven't watched
Obi-Wan's
that
all the
one.
way done. Oh, dude. Now I'm
It's
mad
good.
at you.
See,
Yes,
I saw
Tales of Jedi is
clips.
great.
Like I saw clips of that, and I saw pretty much Ahsoka fight that Inquisitor.
Mm.
Which I also learned more in depth on that. So in the Ahsoka book, that's kind of the same situation. So I don't know if what happens in the book is kind of like what happens in that episode,
Mm.
but in the book, Ahsoka does actually encounter a Sith Inquisitor and defeats them, and frees that lightsaber crystal, like that Inquisitor crystal,
Okay.
and then that's what her white lightsabers are. Is that Sith Inquisitor crystal that she purifies, and they become white,
Whoa. Okay,
and she
that would make
constructs her
sense.
own two lightsabers. Like that's why with the brand new ones, you look at them and like, oh, those hilts are different. Well, because she constructed them out of that Inquisitor's crystal, right? Learn something new every day.
Right. Dang. Okay. That's pretty interesting. It would make sense too, honestly. I love those fan theories. Like the one where Mace Windu's like Sam Jackson, he just said he wanted a purple lightsaber, but
Yeah.
fans made it to like he legitimately like I believe within canon has a force ability called Shatterpoint, and
Okay.
that enables him to fight Sith Lords or just any type of Sith effectively because he's able to channel the dark side within him, right?
Yep.
And without falling to the dark side, use that energy and their energy. The more hatred and anger that they feed him makes him stronger without him being a complete fucking psychopath. So that's why
Yeah.
like people are like, oh hey, purple lightsaber. So that's one of the cool little things there for you.
Right on. That's actually pretty cool. I knew that the purple lightsaber kind of indicated the user being able to access the light and the dark side, but I didn't know about the shatter point.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's
Uh,
nutty.
so Star Wars Visions. That season 2 came out today.
Mm.
I know you said you haven't watched the first episode,
I have not.
but it is good.
Is it? Is it as
It
good as
started off
the
good.
first episode of the first season of Visions?
Ooh.
Because I don't
Okay,
think anything
so
can beat that.
the first episode of Vision season 1 was the Ronin. That for me that was awesome. That was a really cool episode. Art style was great. Um, I like the kind of hidden message of the season 2 episode 1.
Oh,
So
okay.
the episode is titled Sith, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything about that episode because if I say anything else, it's a 20-minute episode. I'm gonna spoil it.
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna
I'm excited
definitely
to
have to
watch
watch
the
it.
rest of it.
Oh yeah, you know 100% what I'm gonna do after this.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I will probably be playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yes,
Yeah.
same here.
I've been roaming around just collecting as much things as I can. I was streaming it earlier this morning, and one guy was like, "Oh, how far are you in the game?" I'm like, "I kind of beat it already. I'm
Yeah.
on my second playthrough, and I'm trying to 100% the first playthrough." I spent most of that weekend playing it. I looked at the time after I finished it, and like 15 hours. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh man. See, I haven't I think I think I've only played 6, 7 hours.
Okay.
And I'm still on the combo system.
What happened so far? Hey,
Um,
Zuri, how's it going, buddy?
I'm just I think I have just about gotten to the part where I have to travel through I have to open the forest array. So I'm not very far.
Hmm.
I am not far at all. I'm just
You're
kind of
about to.
exploring.
You need to play instead of watch Star Wars Visions
Definitely.
because you are very close to a really good part.
I feel it too, bro. Like it's calling to me, you know? It's just like it's bringing me in, you know? The key is a very interesting part. Well, while we're on the subject though, how do you think it compares to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?
Oh, it destroys Fallen Order. The just the story, the pacing of the story, the sounds of the lightsaber. They nailed the
Mm.
sounds of the
Mm.
lightsaber.
The
That
different
humming.
crystals actually change the sounds. Did you notice that?
Yes, the white lightsaber has. I noticed it with the white one more so. Yeah, it's more bassy. And the sound when it hits its target, it's so satisfying.
Mm,
And then with the
mhm.
dismemberment feature as well, like, and they did it perfectly. They didn't overdo the dismemberment like how
Mm-mm.
Force Unleashed 2 did. Like Force Unleashed 2, you'd be hacking at the
Every
dude, you're cutting his
person.
arm, your leg, like everything. But this one, it's like it's either an arm or it's a leg, or maybe it's one of each. Like it's not like you're fully making this dude completely like limbless.
I might be the only psychopath to say this. I might not be. Hey, it will make me feel better if I'm not. Maybe, I don't know.
Someone
But
says I like making them limbless though.
I was just about to say Valhalla, right? The newest Assassin's Creed within the series
Yep.
has beheadment.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
just
That
saying,
was,
I would have loved to see a stormtrooper's head just kind of. And
you
you
can't.
do kind of see.
So,
Oh, you
I,
can see. I
I'm pretty sure.
haven't seen
I'm
that
pretty sure
yet.
I beheaded them.
I've only seen the first boss that you fight, the ninth sister. How nonchalantly that happened. How her helmet just kind of flops over.
Yeah,
Because Cal just.
that was that moment. My
I
jaw
was like,
dropped. I was like,
oh
bro.
yeah, bro. Okay, so the movement, the gameplay, I have 100% agree. It's fluid. There
Yep.
are. I do have to mention the frame rate issues
Oh
because
yes. It's brutal. The frame rates. It happens
playing
when
it
you
on my
go into
PC
new
is
areas.
horrible. I've
Oh,
noticed that
PC is even worse.
if you stand around, it's a little bit better. But like, yeah, I play on my jittery controller here, and it's
Definitely beheaded the sister. Yep. Everyone loved that beheaded of the sister.
yeah, bro, it was
And
crazy.
I will agree with Zurich. The console frame rate is smooth, and
Mm.
like it's a lot smoother than PC. I'm currently on the PS5 playing it,
I don't have a
and
PS5. See, that's why I bought it on PC. I'm
that's
hoping that
okay.
God that they
They're,
optimize
I
it too
believe,
soon.
I think it's today that they're releasing patches. Like they understand their issue, and
They
that's what I love
acknowledged it.
about
Mm.
Respawn is they are releasing patches for it. Um, for me on the console, I've experienced issues for when it goes from a cutscene to gameplay,
Oh yeah,
and vice versa. Those are
I've
the times where I find it gets choppy a lot more so. But when I'm in gameplay and I'm hacking up some people, it's smooth.
I feel like there's very few games in general, to be a little bit off topic, that have that effect. Spider-Man being one of them, actually. Marvel Spider-Man, that came out for the PS4.
Yeah.
That one was really smooth playing. I didn't play it on a PS5 or anything, but I have a Pro,
Hmm.
and going from cutscene to gameplay, like you were saying, it was
Oh yeah.
nothing at all, honestly. God of
I hope
War, kind of here and there, but that's another game too, I'd mention.
if you had to pick top 5 Star Wars games, your top 5 best Star Wars games, what would you pick?
Custom lightsaber there for you, Savage. uh, top 5 Star Wars games?
Yeah.
Mm, that's interesting because as big of a Star Wars fan and nerd I am, right? My lightsaber died back there. That's a GG's. Um, I haven't played too many of the old Star Wars games or anything like
Okay.
that, right? I think one of the first Star Wars games that I'd played was Battlefront. And that was
Like
at
OG Battlefront?
OG Battlefront. It was actually not on my console. I was at a second grade birthday party like a long time ago. And,
Yeah.
and that's where we were playing. I think it was on Bespin on an Xbox, an OG
Oh,
Xbox.
okay.
And then I got my own PlayStation 2 and Lego Star Wars. So obviously, those two. OG Battlefront is not unashamedly in my top 5 because the second one holds a dear place in my heart. The
Yeah.
soundtrack is quality. The ahs of the clone troopers when they die,
Yep.
bro. That's just everything about Battlefront 2 2005 is ugh. Um, so I'd say Battlefront 2 2005 is definitely number one.
Multi-haxers. Sorry to cut you off about the
Oh, you good? You
multi-haxers.
good?
They're talking about the Lego Star Wars and how they're a parody. But they're still a masterpiece. And then they're just like, rest in peace, Yoda's dying sound.
Yes, bro. Yes, that's such a great sound.
Sorry, but yeah, continue. So you're they're about so
I'd
Battlefront.
say I'd say for nostalgia purposes, for like the sounds, everything like that, Lego Star Wars, Battlefront 2 2005, they're tied for first place, either one of those two.
Okay.
Um Third place would probably be Battlefront 2 2017
Okay.
because it had a messy launch. Okay? I will
Yeah.
be the first to say that. I will be the last to say that. I bought it on launch, and then I sold it on launch. That's
Yep.
like I.
I've been there.
It wasn't even like it wasn't that fast. It wasn't that fast. It was maybe like a week after or 2 weeks after where they just. I should have given it some time. You know, I will
Yeah.
also admit that because now that I play the game, here and there, like I used to play every week, like this time a year ago, and it's still really enjoyable. The graphics are really amazing, and they did add some pretty cool features slash content for free. I might add, they didn't even make us pay for it, which
Yeah,
is
they took away the
unlike EA.
microtransactions.
Yes, and I will say that they did take it away like one of the first days, like with uh that they had released it, but they had specifically said that it won't be like the first one that released in 2015 with as many supply packs and microtransactions that you were able to buy in the first one, which is basically pay to win. You could just unlock all of the guns and have them maxed out right
Yeah.
away and just dominate everyone, which is stupid. It's not fun for anyone. So I'm glad with the way it came out, and with that long story not being short, top four, I would say be Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed for sure.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You put Force Unleashed under Battlefront 2.
Because I play Force
Ouch.
Unleashed like a little less, but Force Unleashed it holds my like a dear place in my heart. But like, I put Battlefront 2 over the top of that because they made strives to make it better at least. You know what I mean?
Right.
We still haven't seen a third Force Unleashed.
We never will, sadly enough. We can blame Disney for that.
No, I know.
All right, number 5. What's number 5?
See, and that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say Squadrons. I think I'm gonna have to say Squadrons.
The fact that the Jedi series has not even entered the top 5 hurts.
I haven't played too much of the Survivor. You know, it's still, you know, I'm loving it so far,
You
and
haven't
the reactions.
got a full of.
But
All right, that's fair. You haven't gotten the full experience of playing the full game.
well, and it's the nostalgia for me, man. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. That's one of the contributing factors to like asking me my favorites. I definitely have a biased opinion. I think Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order are great games. But not for my top 5.
That's fair. So we got some top 5s in the chat here. So Zork, their top 5 was easily 2005 Battlefront 2, Jedi Survivor, both Force Unleashed, and Fallen Order.
Okay.
And Multi Haxers says Lego The Complete Saga. So
okay.
I respect those. Those are good.
Okay.
Mine, I would have to say, top 5. Ooh, okay. So number 1.
Yeah, it's like
Number 1, I have to say Star Wars Republic Commando.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn, with a banger. Okay.
Right? I have to say that's number 1 because you got the feeling of being a trooper, and the story and the loss of the Republic Commando was so good. And if they remade that game, you would not see me. You would see me stream it, but like, no one else in real life, like IRL, wouldn't see me. I would spend so much time playing that game. So yeah, Republic Commando for number 1. Okay. Number 2, I would have to say Jedi Survivor. Number 3, I would say Star Wars Force Unleashed. Number 1. Because I remember the hype of when that game first came out, and I played that demo so much.
little fun fact: I first played that game on the DS. On the Nintendo fucking DS.
So you got the horrible version of that game.
So I didn't even experience it until I like played the PS3 version when I got my PS3 like 10 years ago, maybe. Not too much afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all good. So that would be 3. I had the lightsaber attachment for the Wii remote and lit it up. Oh, for Force Unleashed.
Okay.
That'd be fun. All right, so number 4, I would say Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
That's a pretty good one. I haven't played too much of that one, but I do have it on I think it's through PS Plus. I'm gonna have to play it here soon.
Yeah. And then my number 5, I would say, hey, thank you for the follow, Revived Sandwich. I would also say for number 5 would be Jedi Fallen Order. We'll put both those in there.
Okay.
Like, and
y'all are making me feel bad for not choosing Jedi, but I'm standing on it.
You haven't finished it, so that's all good. I thought about putting in Force Unleashed 2, but in reality, I was actually really disappointed in Force Unleashed 2. Gameplay was fun, but I beat it in like 2 to 3 hours.
In my opinion, the first one was way better because it was actually a flushed out story and it made sense. And the second one, it's just like the sequel series. Yeah. Somehow Starkiller is back.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
That's literally what it is.
While we're on the topic of Lego Star Wars, though, and just the
Yoda Lego dying sound.
Oh my god, such a good one, such a banger. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, right?
Loved it.
The whole 9 episodes. You loved it. So I was gonna ask, like, what's your how does it compare to the other games, though? Like the complete saga.
The gameplay wise, like it feels more of like an action game. I liked that it was more closer to the hip with the third person camera.
Yes.
It was nice that they didn't use what they already did for all of the other Lego games. They actually made something new with it. And that's what it really impressed me when playing the Lego or the Skywalker Saga. Did I enjoy playing through Last Jedi and Episode 9? No way in hell. I was really pushing myself through that one. But from Episode 1 to 7, I was good. And that is one thing I will also cue in. Despite the sequel trilogy being so garbage, I loved Episode 7. I thought it was a perfect movie to bring back Star Wars. They had the nostalgia, but then they're like, huh, the nostalgia worked. Let's do it for the other 2 movies.
Like, literally almost shot for shot in reverse. That was just... It was mainly the issue of bringing, like, 2 directors, honestly.
Yeah.
In the series, because everybody gave flack to J.J. Abrams on the first one. So they're like, oh, let's bring in Rian Johnson. And then Rian Johnson was like... and like, everybody was like, no. Bring back the other fucking goof.
Like, the fact that Mark Hamill, I love this man. He was not holding back throughout the entire promotion of Last Jedi. He was roasting the shit out of Last Jedi before it even came out. When I looked at the interviews, I was like, this man is fantastic. Like, he knows that this director fucked up this movie. Also, Hackster says, not gonna lie, having Star Wars Racer Revenge for the PS2 not on your top 5 and not top 1 is truly a sin. That's true. I have that game and it is a lot of fun, but there's no story to it.
Yeah, I gotta say that Squadrons for me is because the story legitimately pulled my heartstrings, and
I have not finished the story of that one.
It's just, I haven't completely all the way through finished it, but it's just like, it's a roller coaster, man. It's the first couple of missions, you're like, whoa, what is going on here? Truly, you know.
Do you have it for a PlayStation or do you have it for a PC?
I have it for PlayStation. I really want to get it for PC because I want to see what that 3070 do, but
it's not that much.
Really good
I will say it's not that much.
It looks really good with the PS4 Pro. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
If I will, then it'll be on me, and it'll probably when I buy a VR setup. If I do buy Squadrons.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We definitely need to play Squadrons because I have it on both consoles, and I also have my HOTAS stick, like the flight stick, and I've been itching to play Squadrons with the flight stick. So I played it with Ace Combat, and it's a game changer. So I can only imagine playing with Star Wars.
I really want to wire my Wedge Antilles Black Series helmet to be an
Ooh,
actual headset somehow and
that would be
connect
cool.
it to my PlayStation while I'm playing the Squadrons, because that would be sick.
That would be pretty epic.
Well, while we're
Does
on the
Squadrons have
subject of
VR
Squadrons,
capabilities? Yes, it does. It does have VR capabilities.
both in PSVR as well as on Steam, so
Yeah.
it's really interesting. So you kind of answered my story, or my question that I had on Squadrons, since you didn't finish the story.
Yeah.
So how do you like the space battles though? Like, have you played multiplayer
Mm,
a lot?
I I like it, but I wish that the flight controls were the same as how Battlefront 2 were. I felt more in
Okay,
control
okay,
with Battlefront 2's flying because I loved Battlefront 2's flying, and
that's weird.
I'm a risk taker for flying, and so the fact that there wasn't a lot of obstacles in Squadrons, like there weren't like starships or star cruisers, and a lot of debris, um, in space, it was just kind of like an open space. I hated that
I don't know, man.
because,
I fly into every fucking thing on that game.
well, for me, you have if you watch me ever play like Ace Combat and stuff, when I'm flying, I'm if you're behind me, I'm gonna go directly drop down and I'm gonna pull up last second. I'm gonna see how far you're gonna actually follow me, if you're behind me.
Hey, I'll do
And
the same thing. That's pretty funny.
so with Battlefront 2, they had all those obstacles and stuff. So I'd be flying into the smallest place I can possibly find and go full speed in there and move all over the place. And the person that would be following me can't keep up. Sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. But that's how I like flying. I like being that risk taker. I don't like kind of just being in an open space. I need that maneuverability.
I got you. Okay.
Um, and just with the flight controls, I found it harder on Squadrons.
Okay. So with that being said, then, do you think the space battles that were in Squadron should have been in Battlefront 2? I think everybody
Hmm.
thinks they should have been, but I don't know. Some people might have bigger,
And what do you
different
mean by that?
opinions.
I will.
Like, you remember in OG Battlefront, you could it was different with the space battles. You had the objectives to take on these ships and whatnot. And I didn't play too many space battles on Battlefront 2, I'll admit that.
Mhm.
But from what I did play, it was all just like space TDM, like space team
Oh, okay. So
deathmatch.
you're
And
talking about like taking down the actual cruiser, shooting down
yeah,
the
yeah. You
shields.
think
Oh,
the
100%. That
squadrons
should
like
be
space
in
battles should have been on Battlefront 2 instead of the
100%.
way that Battlefront 2 space
I
battles
think
were.
that would have been awesome because that
Yep,
concept was really cool.
it was dope.
And it was so frustrating playing squadrons and being like, all right, I'm gonna focus my shields on the front of the ship and just gun it towards the cruiser, but then you see everybody just waiting for you to come in because they know you're all that their shields are about to be hit, and you're just like, well, crap. And same thing, open space. I couldn't like really evade from them.
Yeah, you just gotta
I
rely
tried to
on your
make my
thrusters or shields, and that was like
Yeah, I tried to
it's
make
crazy.
my ship faster and not have a lot of shields or hull integrity,
Mhm.
um, just so that I can like outfly people. But the second they got to me, I was done.
So that makes sense. Oof.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, the open world Star Wars game. What are your thoughts on that?
For
What do you think it
Ubisoft,
could be?
I with how they've been with the last couple of Assassin's Creeds, right? With the open world RPG aspect and them not being technically Assassin's Creed, unfortunately. Still a really cool concept, and I think um that same aspect or engine rather will be applied to the new Star Wars game, and
Okay.
it'll be interesting because I want to see if they go from planet to planet, much like the Jedi
Survivor.
series, yeah, or if it'll just be one huge planet like Coruscant, you know what I mean, and it's just you exploring a massive planet like that, really
Okay.
interesting to see. We don't have any information on it. I tried to see maybe a trailer, any leaks, maybe Games Radar has something tech. Nothing. There's absolutely no information about this game that I could find out there. So,
Well, I want to go back. You did you say Coruscant? I'm gonna
Coruscant.
bother you about this.
Why?
I've never heard Coruscant.
Coruscant.
I've heard Coruscant.
Coruscant. Coruscant.
That's the first time I've ever heard someone say Coruscant.
It's like a croissant roll, you know?
There you go, friend. The Coruscant. Someone's like croissant.
Croissant, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. However you guys say it, you know, the city planet.
Yeah, you know that place that that with flying ships.
with
Dock.
with them space wizards and shit.
Yeah. Um, Multi-Razor Haxer says OG Battlefront 2 space battle was insane. I never went for the ships or the shields. I always just drove into the enemy hangar and just killed people. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wish they had
real
that feature.
saboteur. I would fly into the hangar as well, but then I would go into like the mainframe and everything and destroy all those, and then I'd fly back out using one of their ships and take them all out.
That was a lot of fun.
Super
I'm gonna go back to the Ubisoft. My hopeless mentality is I hope that it's the Boba Fett game. I hope they kind of bring that back or in some way. Doesn't have to be Boba Fett, but I hope that it's kind of like a bounty hunter and it's not Jedi focused because we already have our Jedi series.
sick.
We don't need a free roam Jedi game. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, but Jedi's are awesome. Like, what if it was a Sith?" Like, we already have these games. We don't need to.
That's true.
People are gonna lose interest
And
if you keep making so many Jedi games. So I feel like if they did a third-person shooter, and you're a bounty hunter and you're going throughout the galaxy, you're collecting bounties, you have this other side story going on. I think that would be a perfect open world game. And third person, not first person, because open world first person games I truly don't like. I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm not a fan of them.
They're spotty to say the least. If they have the option to switch back and forth, like the newest Battlefront 2 or No Man's Sky. I don't know if you've played No Man's Sky, but
I played a bit of I played No Man's Sky when it was rough, like the beginning launch of it.
You should try it nowadays if you still have it in your library. Super dope, super dope.
Okay.
But I think because the only information that I was able to scrounge up says that it's a new story driven Star Wars game based someplace or sometime in the Star Wars galaxy. So like not much, but I think you're right. I think you're right as much as I don't want you to be. I love lightsabers, bro. I mean, I think everybody loves that, and I think every Star Wars fan wants to see another Star Wars game that with a Jedi's protagonist. I think that a lightsaber could be an option as a weapon, but I think it will probably take place with a bounty hunter or just some no name who joins the rebels. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be super cool.
What if it's a Mandalorian game?
Now that
would be great.
So I've already seen like so many people mod
Battlefront 2,
and yeah, I was about to say into Battlefront 2, or even just make an Unreal Engine 4/5 project.
It would be good.
That'd be super dope. If they made a Mandalorian or just any type of bounty hunter open world game, that would be super sick. Because it would kind of remind me of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, actually.
Yeah,
just going around collecting bounties. Not
it wouldn't
really
be too bad. And like the gear selection too that you could get, that'd be really sweet. If they went more in depth on that, like, because you said that it's going to be an RPG, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, RPG, and supposedly going to. My take on it is going to go off the same engine that they're making the new Avatar game off of. That's also releasing this year. So.
And that also kind of falls into my annoyance of first-person open world games. When I heard that game was open world, I'm like, why?
Why?
They made the Avatar game that they made before it was garbage, but it was fun. And it was third person.
I haven't played an Avatar game, so I'm like, an Avatar free roam game seems very interesting.
you honestly can't get this Avatar game anywhere. I've tried to get it on PC and it's impossible. EA's removed it from their library. So the only way you can get it is if you go to like a game store and play it on like 360 or PS3. But it was cool because like you could play as either a Marine or you could play as the Navi, and as you level up, your appearance changes as well.
Oh.
Um, but I feel like they with this Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, I think that should have been a third-person game, just so that you can appreciate the environment a lot more in depth, and you can appreciate the color of the Navi, and like I feel like just if you're on first person with that, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's such a weird like approach for them to do it. I'm gonna play the shit out of that game because it's gonna be cool, but it's just weird that's the direction that they want to
I
go.
was about to say the approach, yeah. Oh
Um,
man.
No Man's Sky is super fun. It also has VR capabilities. Ship flying and dogfights in VR is amazing, and the base building is great. Open world is tainted because people think they can never stop to think if they should. That's everything that multi-hexers has said.
Yeah. My first time playing No Man's Sky was uh atrocious. And I say that because I played it when it was updated, right? I didn't play it when it was broken or buggy or anything like that, thankfully, because it probably would have ruined it for me, like a
Yeah,
lot of games. Um, but
Saints Row.
I kept getting stupid. I kept getting stupid spawns. I would just get in the most ridiculously horrible planet that would either freeze me to death every 5 minutes, or it would be too hot. It was toxic, and I know that like upon spawning more and getting the hang of playing No Man's Sky,
Yeah,
um that's the point of them spawning you in such a hard planet, is so you know how to survive in rough environments. But the ones that I would get were just so extreme, it almost made me want to uninstall. Like, ugh.
yeah, I could feel that. Oh gosh, that scared the crap out of me. It's like, what is touching me right now?
Oh man.
Protecting me. She's like, I hear the dog barking. I must go to my father. You ever just like look at your pet and be like, I am your father.
I am your father.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You don't worry, we'll be Sith. Maybe Jedi. We'll see. We'll see how it is.
It's the Jedi for
But
me, bud.
look at this puppy look that she's giving me. I'm trying not to look down because she's like, hello.
You
It's
gotta
me.
love her, man. You gotta love
I know.
her.
No, she's like, nah. It's like I'm just gonna give you this look. She wants to be the star of the podcast.
Right? Hey, she already is.
Exactly. You're stealing the show. Got any other questions for Star Wars?
I
Shall we?
think I had pretty much covered everything.
Perfect. I think this is a pretty good first episode.
It was pretty dank, pretty dank.
Shall we close this off? How do you want to end this off? I think we should grab our lightsabers and
Agreed.
ignite them.
Where's mine's back here? I forgot. Hopefully it's not too
Oh.
dead.
My baby.
Yep, it's too dead.
Oh, it's too dead. That's okay.
Hey, you know what it is, bro. You know what it
Yeah.
is. I got that bang on me always, bro.
You got
Always.
that one.
I got the backup.
Perfect. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream of our first podcast. If you've missed anything and want to look at it, we will be posting it up on our YouTube channels. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys. And always, may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you, everyone. May the 4th be with you. Mine's Sith and yours is blue. That's actually hilarious.
Which is kind of funny because my background is red and your background is
It's
blue.
yeah.
We can't figure out what we are.
Oh my gosh. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. Hey, yo.
I guess that's the end of it.
Have a good day, you guys. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you all.